Win the morning, win the day. Your mornings set the tone for everything. If you want success, happiness, and unstoppable energy, it all starts in these first moments. Every day you don't take control of your morning, you lose ground. But today, you're going to change that. Listen closely, because what I'm about to share will transform your whole day. Hit follow now and start winning your mornings like a champion. Rise with purpose. When the first light of dawn gently brushes against your eyelids, it is far more than just the start of a new day. It is an ancient call to awaken your spirit. This moment, delicate yet powerful, invites you to step beyond the fog of sleep and into the clarity of presence. The body may stir slowly, but the true rise happens within the heart and mind, where intention is born. Like a mountain that has weathered countless storms and still stands unwavering, you too must cultivate a steady, calm strength as you step into the day. The hours ahead lie before you like an empty canvas, wide and open, waiting to be filled not with random splashes, but with deliberate strokes of your choosing. Will you paint a masterpiece of purpose or leave the colors to drip aimlessly? The choice is yours, made in this very instant when you decide how to rise. Do not awaken as a leaf caught in a restless wind, tossed about by distractions and scattered thoughts. Instead, move with the quiet power of a flowing river, steady, purposeful, unyielding in its course. The mind must be still like a polished mirror, reflecting truth without the distortion of doubt or fear. When hesitation clouds this clarity, your energy becomes fragmented, wasted in futile directions. But when your spirit is sharp and present, your actions flow naturally with precision and strength. The warrior within you does not stumble blindly into the day, nor does he wait for external permission or perfect conditions. Instead, he greets each sunrise with respect, calm courage, and a focused heart, knowing that the true battle is not against the world, but within oneself. Each morning is a sacred gift, an opportunity to reset and begin again. This fresh start is precious, for no one knows how many dawns will grace their life. It calls you to release yesterday's burdens, regrets, mistakes, anxieties, like autumn leaves drifting gently from a tree, disappearing into the earth to nourish new growth. Breathe deeply and center yourself in the present moment, feeling the pulse of life coursing through your veins. This breath is your anchor, grounding you in the here and now, where your power truly resides. To rise with purpose is to choose this moment fully, to plant your feet firmly in reality and step forward with intention. The path of purpose is not always dramatic or loud. Often it reveals itself in quiet moments of resolve, in the small decisions made with unwavering attention. The world may rush around you noisy and chaotic, but your spirit remains like an ancient oak, rooted deeply and unshaken by passing storms. This is the essence of rising with purpose, a calm yet unstoppable force that moves through the day with grace and determination. The warrior's strength lies not in force, but in patience, presence, and the unbreakable commitment to walk his path with dignity. When you rise, do not look outside yourself for permission or validation. True power is born within, from the knowing that this day, this moment, is yours to claim. The warrior does not wait for an invitation to step onto the battlefield. He moves forward boldly, aware that every breath is a chance to take control of his destiny. This mindset transforms the ordinary morning into a sacred ritual, a daily vow to honor your life and your potential. It calls you to embody confidence, not as arrogance, but as quiet certainty in your purpose and path. Remember that success is not a distant mountain peak, unreachable and intimidating. It is the path beneath your feet, made solid by countless small stones placed with care and intention each morning. Every choice you make to rise with clarity and focus builds your strength like the steady growth of bamboo, flexible yet unbreakable. Your spirit grows resilient through these daily acts of presence, learning to bend with life's challenges without breaking. It is in this steady, mindful cultivation that true mastery of self and circumstance unfolds. So when dawn's first light beckons you tomorrow, answer with a steady and open heart. Rise not hurriedly, but fully, slowly, deliberately, with a breath deep and grounding. Let your mind clear like still water, your will strong and unwavering. This is the way of the purposeful warrior, quiet in demeanor, powerful in action, and ever ready to meet the day with clarity and courage. To rise with purpose is to take back control of your life, to command your journey, and to live with meaning that flows from the core of your being. Own your morning, own your life, master your ritual. Discipline, at its core, is the true root of freedom. It may sound paradoxical, but to be free, to live unshackled by chaos, indecision, or distraction, you must first bind yourself to a steady and unyielding discipline. This discipline is not a cage, but a foundation, a deep well from which strength and clarity spring forth. Your morning ritual is the forge where this discipline is tempered. It is your sword that cuts through confusion, your shield that guards against chaos, and your armor that protects the spirit throughout the day. It may seem simple, almost mundane, a few breaths taken in mindful meditation, a gentle series of stretches awakening the muscles, a practice of controlling your breath to guide your energy. But do not mistake simplicity for weakness. It is in these small, steady acts that your character is forged, hardened like the finest steel in the fires of repetition. Every morning, as the world around you stills and the air is fresh and clean, you have the opportunity to ground yourself. This is the sacred time to still the restless mind and awaken the sleeping body. Meditation serves as the calm center, the quiet pond undisturbed by ripples. When you sit with your breath and thoughts, observing without attachment, you cultivate a mind that is sharp yet peaceful, ready to meet whatever the day brings without being tossed like a leaf in the wind. Stretching is the movement of awakening, a gentle dance that shakes off the stiffness of sleep and invites vitality back into every fiber of your being. The breath, our most primal connection to life, becomes a tool of mastery. Through conscious control of your inhalations and exhalations, you harness energy, cultivate calm, and build resilience. These simple actions, repeated daily, become the rituals that root you in presence and power. Consistency is the lifeblood of ritual. It is not enough to perform these actions once in a while when you feel motivated or have time. The true power arises when you commit to them every single morning without fail, regardless of how you feel. The mind naturally resists discipline. It seeks comfort in distraction and laziness. But when you stand firm in your ritual, you teach your mind the language of dedication. Each morning, these small acts pile like stones to build a fortress of character that shields you from doubt, fear, and the chaos of the external world. Without this daily practice, the mind wanders aimlessly, scattered like dust on the wind, and the body weakens, losing its vitality and strength. The ritual anchors you. It roots you deeply so you can grow tall and unshaken. To master your ritual is to master yourself. It is a profound act of self-respect and courage. In a world that often glorifies busyness, distractions, and shortcuts, choosing to return each morning to your ritual is a radical declaration that you value your inner life and long-term growth above fleeting pleasures or external noise. Greatness does not spring from grand gestures or sudden bursts of effort. It is born quietly, humbly, in the repetition of small actions performed with devotion and mindfulness. It is the unwavering commitment to show up for yourself day after day, even when motivation fades or life feels heavy. When you embrace your ritual fully, you create a sacred container for your life. This container holds your intentions, fuels your energy, and sharpens your focus. It is a refuge from the storms of distraction and a beacon guiding you toward your highest self. Like a monk who bows to the same daily practice, not for ceremony's sake alone, but to deepen connection with the present moment, you too find freedom through discipline. Your ritual becomes a mirror reflecting your inner strength and a compass pointing toward the path of mastery. So tomorrow, when the first light arrives, stand with intention. Pick up your sword, raise your shield, and put on your armor. Take a deep breath, stretch your body, and settle your mind. Know that in mastering these simple acts, you are weaving the fabric of a strong, resilient, and free life. This is the power of ritual, the gateway to mastering yourself and ultimately your destiny. Set your intention like a sharp arrow. Imagine your mind as the bow, strong, flexible, and full of potential energy. Your intention is the arrow, slender, precise, and charged with purpose. Before the day begins, before you move your body or utter a word, you must draw back the bowstring of your focus with deliberate care. This act of drawing is sacred, a silent ritual of preparation where the power of your will gathers and concentrates. Ask yourself, what is it that you seek today? Is it success in your work, the calm of peace in your heart, the strength to face challenges, or the wisdom to see clearly? Whatever your target, see it vividly in your mind's eye, as sharp and real as the mountain peak on the horizon. Without this clarity, your mind is like a leaf caught in a restless wind, drifting aimlessly, pushed by external forces, with no direction or control. But when your intention is clear, grounded, and unwavering, your actions become aligned and unstoppable. Each movement you make flows naturally toward your goal, as if guided by an invisible thread pulled taut with purpose. The arrow, once released, does not falter or hesitate. It flies true, cutting through the air with certainty and speed, finding its mark with precision. So too does your day unfold when your mind is steady and your focus sharp. Your intention acts as the guiding force that channels energy, filters distractions, and empowers you to move with purpose. To hold your intention steady is to cultivate a mind like still water, calm and clear, reflecting the world without distortion or agitation. This steadiness does not mean rigidity or inflexibility, but a deep-rooted clarity that can bend without breaking, that can adapt while remaining true to its course. Distractions, doubts, and external noise will come, like gusts of wind trying to shake the bow or sway the arrow's flight. Your practice is to acknowledge these disturbances without losing your grip, to return your focus again and again to the target you have set. This is the discipline of the sharp arrow, the essence of mindful action. Setting your intention is more than a mental exercise. It is a spiritual commitment to yourself. It is the promise you make at the start of each day that you will act with integrity, courage, and clarity. It reminds you that life is not a series of random events, but a path shaped by the choices you make moment by moment. With intention, you transform from a passive observer of life's currents into an active navigator, charting your course with precision and grace. Remember, the arrow only finds its mark when the bow is drawn with purpose and the archer's hand is steady. Likewise, your goals and dreams come within reach when your mind is focused and your heart is aligned with your deepest values. Practice this drawing of the bow each morning, slow, mindful, and deliberate. And you build the strength to face any challenge, the clarity to make wise decisions, and the courage to pursue your true path. So, as the sun rises tomorrow, draw your bow with care. Fix your gaze on your target. Feel the tension of your focus gather like energy ready to release. Then step forward, knowing that your intention, like a sharp arrow, will guide you unerringly through the day. Your mind is your bow, your intention, the arrow that flies true. Embrace hardship as teacher. Each day we wake to a world that does not promise ease or comfort. Instead, it presents us with struggle. Subtle or fierce, expected or sudden. Pain, resistance, doubt, these are often seen as enemies to be avoided or defeated. Yet the truth runs deeper and more profound. These forces are not adversaries but wise teachers dressed in rough garments. They carry lessons that cannot be found in moments of ease. To the warrior who understands this, hardship becomes the master from whom strength is drawn and wisdom is earned. A true warrior does not turn away from hardship or flee at the first sign of discomfort. Instead, he steps forward to meet it with open eyes and an unshaken heart. Every challenge, every painful moment, every trial is a stone placed on the path to mastery. The road may be steep, the winds harsh, but it is through these very obstacles that the spirit is forged. When the body aches from exertion, it is not weakness that defines us, but the growth of endurance and resilience. The muscles strain, but the spirit deepens. Pain is not a punishment, but a call to awaken greater strength. When the mind wavers, when doubt creeps in and the easy path beckons, discipline is the steady hand that tightens its grip. Discipline is not cold or harsh. It is the silent guide that reminds you why you began, who you are becoming, and what lies beyond the momentary discomfort. The soft, untrained will break under pressure like brittle glass, shattering at the slightest touch of hardship. But the warrior learns to be like bamboo, bending gracefully under the storm, absorbing its force, and then rising once more unbroken and even stronger. To bend without snapping is the mark of true strength. Facing difficulty with calm resolve is a practice cultivated over time, not a sudden gift. It requires patience, presence, and the humility to learn from pain rather than resist it. This calm is not resignation, but acceptance. An understanding that hardship is the natural teacher on the journey of life. The warrior's strength is earned not in moments of comfort, but in the willingness to walk through fire, to hold steady when all urges you to flee, and to emerge transformed. This transformation is the essence of mastery. Hardship strips away the illusions of ease and entitlement, revealing what is real and lasting within. It is the hammer that chips away weakness, the crucible where character is molded. Those who embrace hardship do not simply survive, they thrive. They carry within them a deep knowing that every struggle carries the seed of growth. Every setback is a step forward in disguise, and every pain endured is a lesson learned. So when you face resistance tomorrow, when the weight of life presses heavy, when doubt clouds your mind, when the body aches and calls for rest, remember this. These are not signs of failure but invitations. Invitations to grow, to deepen your resolve, and to rise above the ordinary. Like the warrior who bows not away from his teacher but toward him, you too bow to hardship as the guide that leads you to your highest strength. This is how the warrior earns his power. Not through ease, but through enduring, learning, and growing stronger with every challenge. Face hardship with calm resolve, and you will discover the unshakable strength within that no storm can break. Nourish the temple, body and mind. Your body is the sacred vessel that carries your spirit through this life's journey. It is not merely flesh and bone, but the temple where your essence resides, the home for your breath and mind. To honor this temple is to recognize its profound importance, for without a nourished body, the spirit struggles to shine, and the mind loses its clarity. Like a monk who carefully tends the grounds of his temple, sweeping away dust and planting seeds of growth, you must tend to your body with reverence and deep respect. This care is not a mere routine. It is a sacred act of gratitude for the gift you have been given. Feeding your body well means more than satisfying hunger or quenching thirst. It means offering pure water that cleanses and energizes, and foods that come from nature's bounty, whole, unprocessed, vibrant with life. When you drink deeply of clean water, you awaken your cells, flushing away toxins and igniting the flow of energy within. Every sip is a renewal, a subtle offering that connects you to the rhythm of life itself. Likewise, when you choose nourishment that is simple, wholesome, and full of vitality, you fuel your temple with the strength it needs to stand tall and endure. Neglect or poison, whether through poor food choices or harmful habits, is a betrayal of this sacred vessel and dulls the light of your spirit. Movement is another form of nourishment, a way to awaken every cell, every muscle, and every fiber of your being. It need not always be vigorous or forceful. There is power in stillness and grace in slow, deliberate motion. Practices like Qigong or gentle stretching teach us to move with intention, to feel the energy flowing through the body, and to harmonize with its natural rhythms. This mindful movement wakes the body gently, like the rising sun warming the earth after a cold night. On other days, vigorous training may be needed to challenge and strengthen your vessel, to build resilience and endurance. Both forms of movement are acts of care, invitations to honor your body's wisdom and its capacity for growth. Your body is your closest companion on the path, the one that carries you through trials, joys, and quiet moments alike. It listens to the choices you make, responding to care with vitality and to neglect with weakness. To treat your body with reverence is to acknowledge this deep partnership. It is to listen with patience when it calls for rest, to respond with compassion when it asks for healing, and to celebrate its strength when it moves with power. This reverence extends beyond the physical to the mind as well, for the mind and body are intertwined like roots and branches of a tree. A nourished body fosters a calm, clear mind. A clear mind supports healthy choices for the body. They are two halves of the same sacred whole. As the monk cares for his temple, not out of duty alone, but from love and respect, so too must you honor your body and mind. This is not a fleeting discipline, but a lifelong commitment. It is the foundation upon which all else is built, the foundation of clarity, strength, peace, and presence. When you nourish your temple with purity, movement, and care, you cultivate a harmony that radiates from within and touches every aspect of your life. Remember, this temple is your sanctuary. Treat it with kindness, honor its needs, and walk your path with the confidence that comes from deep respect for yourself. In doing so, you not only preserve your health, but awaken the spirit that dwells within, ready to meet the world with strength and grace. Cultivate stillness amid motion. Life rushes forward like a mighty river, swift, chaotic, and relentless. The currents pull you in countless directions, each one demanding your attention, your energy, your presence. There is noise, distraction, and constant motion that can easily overwhelm the spirit. Yet within this ceaseless flow, there is a hidden sanctuary, a quiet place inside you where stillness lives. It is the calm eye at the center of the storm, the peaceful center that remains untouched, even as the world around you spins wildly. To cultivate this stillness is to find your true power, your unshakable strength in the midst of chaos. This stillness is not mere absence of movement or thought, but a profound presence, a deep listening to the rhythm of your own heart and breath. It is a sacred practice of meditation, of intentional breathing, of simply being. When you pause and breathe fully, you create space between the noise and your reaction to it. In that space, clarity arises. The mind, often scattered and restless, settles like the surface of a quiet lake, reflecting the sky without distortion. This clarity sharpens your focus, allowing you to see your path with new eyes and to respond with wisdom rather than impulse. The warrior's strength is born not only from action, but from stillness. In the dance of life, movement and rest are partners. One cannot exist without the other. It is in the moments of stillness that you gather energy, restore balance, and renew your spirit. Just as the bow must be drawn back and held steady before the arrow can fly true, your spirit must find calm before it can move with precision and power. This quiet power flows from the deep well of presence cultivated through mindfulness and inner peace. When the world pulls you in every direction, demanding more, faster, louder, remember to return to stillness. This is your refuge, your source of strength. In that silence, you reconnect with your true self, free from the distractions and fears that cloud your vision. Here lies your power to choose your response rather than react blindly. Here you find the grace to act with intention, the wisdom to pause when needed, and the courage to keep moving forward on your path. Cultivating stillness amid motion is not always easy. It requires practice and patience. The mind is naturally drawn to movement and stimulation, craving constant engagement. But with each moment spent in quiet reflection, each breath taken fully and mindfully, you build a sanctuary inside yourself that no external chaos can penetrate. This sanctuary is your inner fortress, where your strength is renewed and your spirit is anchored.